guaranteed coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Your call is very important.
Still waiting on your cable company to care? With slow speeds and hidden fees, maybe it's time to pull the plug. Kinetic gives you 100% fiber and big speeds with 5 times faster uploads than cable. Local service that actually shows up, and clear pricing that isn't there to surprise you. So ditch cable and connect with the right crowd. Get up to $200 when you switch. Visit GoKinetic.com. Kinetic. Internet better. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply.
Too much on your plate? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. You can go from payroll to pumpkin pie, filing taxes to raising glasses, counting hours to counting blessings. There's no need to transfer payroll history when you switch before the end of the year, and you'll be thankful you did. Choose the future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
Extraordinary music is brought to you by the Cleveland Orchestra. Yuju Wong plays Ravel this Thanksgiving weekend, November 28th through the 30th at Severance Music Center. Tickets at clevelandorchestra.com.
This is Bill Wills for Prayers from Maria. This giving season, consider a donation to Prayers from Maria. You may be familiar with their iconic sunflower fields that bloom each year in Avon and Sandusky. Your gift to Prayers from Maria funds vital childhood cancer research, bringing new life-saving treatments to kids who need them most. Don't wait. Make a donation at prayersfrommaria.org. That's prayersfrommaria.org. Or shop their hope-inspired gifts online and help the mission, because every child deserves a Christmas.
Holiday time is high crime season, but not all crime should be addressed the same way. According to a 2022 FBI stat, firearms are necessary less than 1% of the time. Byrna covers the other 99% of altercations, with the firepower that is necessary to incapacitate an attacker for up to 40 minutes. So next time you think you need lethal force, think of Byrna. Start with Byrna, B-Y-R-N-A. I carry one myself. I recommend every family concerned about safety should have a Byrna launcher. The new Byrna Compact is the world's smallest, less lethal pistol, concealable anywhere. It fires powerful kinetic and tear gas rounds that can stop an attacker cold for up to 40 minutes. With 60 feet of range, you can confidently and effectively de-escalate a situation without the use of lethal force. No background checks, legal in all 50 states, shipped straight to your door, and Byrna is approved by the pros, trusted by hundreds of law enforcement agencies. Visit Byrna, BYRNA.com, and find the right launcher for your family. BYRNA.com, that's Byrna.com.
People are making. In fact, may have even ruined Thanksgiving, coming out the AI slop recipes that are ruining Thanksgiving. We'll watch it. It's kind of similar to what's happening with news right now, fake news and AI news and AI generated stuff. I went looking for yesterday the Lions played the Packers, and one of my wife's favorites, CeCe Winans, did I think she's from Detroit, actually did the national anthem to open up the game. And we weren't home, so we missed it. And I went looking for it, and I found all this like fake, none of it was real, like reports that some AI and somebody made up about the thing, and I couldn't find it. Eventually found the clip. But it's like that everywhere. There's so much of that flooding all of us, and a lot of times you come across things, and I get people that always ask me, is this real, is that real? And as we walk through this time, the discernment to know what's real, what isn't, what's fake, the AI involvement as well. That's part of what we're talking about today. With Ed Rush, he's Marine fighter pilot, retired now working on something maybe even more exciting with his book, God Talks. GodTalks.com, by the way. Ed, welcome back in. We were just talking about some of these things and how to do it. And maybe like the application of in these moments, like the very specific times where we might need to hear on something very important. Should I make this move for work or my business? Or my job? Or what do I do when it comes to treatment on something that I'm going through, or my family? Illness and things like that. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that you can imagine people would want to, maybe if you could ask those questions, get the real answers to, even those videos and news stories that we're watching. Uh-oh, did we lose him? Ed, you there?
And I had that mute button pushed on my phone. That's a basic pilot error.
Hey, what's up? We're doing deliveries. What's
Yeah,
good?
we'll
What's
see.
good? Thanks for watching, bro.
Well, I won't make fun of pilots too much, but our maintainers would occasionally make fun of us for pushing the wrong button and then blaming them for something that wasn't working properly. I was saying when literally I was talking into my muted phone about how we live in this very complicated techno.
Oh, that smells so good. Look at what I just picked up. A lot of Dairy Queen. A lot of Dairy Queen. So, all right. Dairy Queen. It smells delicious. That chicken. Okay.
That sort of, you train your brain to be able to have that conversation. It's going to be a lot easier.
Where are we going? All right, we're going.
Look, I'm a Marine.
We're going 9 minutes away. All right. So stay tuned. Please sub. We're going hard. And it's snowing, so I'm going to turn the camera around, check out the snow, enjoy the ride, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, my bad, y'all.
And my instructor's like, here's your feet, right before we hit the sign on the side of the roadway.
Man.
We took the controls, took off, and saved our life. And I was awful. Like, my first flight was really bad, and 2.5 years later, I was landing on an aircraft carrier at night. Well, how is that possible? Very simple, training. Practice, doing something over and over and over again. And so when
How does that look? I don't know. I'm trying to get my setup here so that it's, I'm not really sure like the best angle for this.
What you do is you learn to ask them questions.
But whatever, alright. Here we go.
Big business things, investor ideas, stuff like that. You can actually get really good answers, but you just gotta practice. GodTalks.com is the website for the book.
You have a kid's book out now too? Did I see that?
Yeah. So we have God Talks for Kids. So I have 4 kids.
My kids are 20, 18, 17, and 7. Same wife and everything. Like, everybody asks me, "It's like my second wife?" Nope, same wife. We just, 10-year gap, whatever. So, when my little girl, JoJo, was 3, I was in the process of writing God Talks, and we started doing God Talks together. I just recently did it. She's just turned 7. When she was 6, we really got into it, and we were asking some really in-depth questions. And if you've ever watched a 6-year-old have a conversation with God, it'll blow your mind. It'll change your life. Because what happens is, God started speaking to my daughter, right? And I'm sitting there taking notes for her, and she's telling me what she's hearing. And what's crazy is she'll hear from God, but she won't do this. Like, a lot of adults, God will say, "I love you." And the person will go, "Well, you can't love me because of all the bad things I've done. And you don't understand who I am. And I'm just such a horrible person." Like, they actually start editing over. 6-year-olds don't do that. There's no filter. There's no
left turns,
system.
you know?
There's no, like, weird conscience thing or something like that. They're just sitting there receiving. And the first time I watched my daughter have a conversation with God,
Damn it,
I said,
dude.
"What did he say?" He said, "I love you." And I said, "That's awesome." I wrote that down. And then she said, "And God said, you're silly." He said to my daughter, "You're silly." I thought, that's perfect, because exactly who she was. And so together we worked on this book called God Talks for Kids. It's just like 4 fun chapters, about 50 pages long. You can just walk through, kind of ideal for kids about 4 to maybe 10, something like that. So, man, if you're looking for a great Christmas present, so God Talks for Kids is the way to go. You said he's working on another book. I thought, man, I don't even know if I am, but now I realize which book you're talking about.
Well, I'm glad to share, because I think it's never too early to talk to them about that. I do that with my kids. I got 2 girls that are, one's about to turn 5, the other one just turned 3, and they are they don't have all the filters we have, thinking about what is and what isn't, what's possible and what's not. And I guess it really is kind of a great example that sounds like faith.
It's like, I once told a 3-year-old to stop acting like a child. It was not one of my best moments. I was a little frustrated that day.
Sick choke.
All right, back
Damn
with
it, dude.
more
My
coming
stream
up
got
on
messed
the
up.
AI recipes that are ruining Thanksgiving and much more. And these billboards that are popping up everywhere, they have something to just that's additional fix. I don't know if you've heard about this. Come back on Justin Bartley.
Freedom's worth a lot more than comfort.
Here's what I found on the web about that private conversation we just had.
Are you comfortable yet? Glenn Beck is back after this.
This is Cavaliers point guard Darius Garland. We play tonight against the Hawks. Tip-off at 7:30 on WTAM E1100.
Holiday time is high crime season, but not all crime should be addressed the same way. According to a 2022 FBI stat study, less than 1% of the time. Berna covers the other 99% of altercations, with the firepower that is necessary to incapacitate an attacker for up to 40 minutes. So next time you think you need lethal force, think of Berna. Start with Berna, B-Y-R-N-A. I carry one myself. I recommend every family concerned about safety should have a Berna launcher. The new Berna Compact is the world's smallest, less lethal pistol, concealable anywhere. It fires powerful kinetic and tear gas rounds that can stop an attacker cold for up to 40 minutes. With 60 feet of range, you can confidently and effectively de-escalate a situation without the use of lethal force. No background checks, legal in all 50 states, it's straight to your door, and Berna is approved by the pros, trusted by hundreds of law enforcement agencies. Visit Berna, BYRNA.com, and find the right launcher for your family. BYRNA.com, that's Berna.com. It's the season. When you're in the mood for holiday music, listen to the iHeartRadio app and on the radio. This is 105.1. Do your favorite sports so you can be there live for the biggest moment. Can't use college football so you can see which teams get hot just in time for the championship push. This Saturday, don't miss the Buckeyes take on Michigan at noon. Download the Fox One app to stream. Fox One, live sports streaming now. I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Tonight's is Zipper.
My freaking stream keeps going out, dude. The hell, man. Dude, that's so annoying. My stream keeps going out.
You're struggling to keep up, barely making ends meet, drowning in high interest debt.
Paying for
And it's
two
not
things,
your
dude.
fault. Life got more expensive. Inflation hit hard. And if you're still carrying
Dude,
credit
that's
card
so
balances
annoying.
with 20% plus interest rates while your mortgage sits untouched, you're ignoring the one thing that could turn home. And this is where American Financing can help. Would you trade 10 minutes for a shot saving an average of $800 every single month? Because that's exactly what homeowners are doing when they call American Financing. A simple no-obligation call could change everything. They have a team of salary-based mortgage consultants, so there isn't any incentive to put you into a loan that doesn't make sense. And there are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Don't wait. Call American Financing today and start feeling that relief. 800-906-2440. That's 800-906-2440. AmericanFinancing.net. There's always somebody on my list that is impossible to shop for. Tanya is a given. What do you get for your wife that's really perfect and special in every way? Something that you know she'll just love. I have no idea. She is impossible for me to